2025 is the year that MAGA died. This is the year that this hat is no longer controversial. The hat is not edgy. The hat is not provocative. It doesn't even mean anything. This hat is dead.
We are going to dive straight into it because apparently this whole MAGA movement is dead. What better way to listen to an explanation as to why MAGA is dead from MAGA himself? Now, I know that Nick Fuentes kind of turned his back on MAGA, or MAGA turned his back on him when he was very young, 18 years old. It's very problematic, but he is spitting some facts. Whether you like him, whether you hate him, whether you even love him, you have to admit that Nick oftentimes is dropping them bars. And you know, I love it when someone of their camp actually calls out all the bullshit we have been calling out since day one. Today we are going to look at a video Nick Fuentes recently did, and he is crushing Trump. He's calling out everything that is going on between Marjorie Taylor Greene, the whole MAGA movement, Trump, and everyone else that he tries to disavow. Trump is on a train to, I don't know, Israel. I don't know where he's going, but he is unraveling in 4K. But Nick Fuentes is here to make some waves. Let's listen to what this ex-MAGA guy has to say.
Guys, what's going on with MAGA? I think it's kind of over. Our featured story, we're talking all about Trump's epic disavowal of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie today on Truth Social. It's just brutal. And I have to say it, I told you so. I told you that it would be like this. Golden age, the golden age of Trump's second term. How's everybody feeling tonight? How's everybody doing? Are you getting bored with winning? For all of you plan trusters, hey, plan trusters, guys with the Halloween pumpkin MAGA hat. Hey, Trump loyalists. How we feeling? Are you winning, son? Are you bored with winning all the victories we have? It's not doing so great. Not doing so hot. Our featured story, we're talking about these two awesome Truth Social posts. I'm sure you've seen them. Shot heard around the world. The afternoon started when Trump disavowed Thomas Massie, officially attacked him, endorsed his opponent, attacked him for getting remarried after his wife died. And then, the real kicker, he came back on Truth Social for seconds later in the night. And just a few hours ago, Trump kicked Marjorie Greene out of MAGA, said that he is withdrawing his endorsement of her, his support for her, said that he will endorse a primary challenger against her in her district, said that she was crazy, an ingrate, said she was a psycho, a lunatic. What's going on with all?
What's going on? And let me tell you guys, you have to remember that this was Trump's pit bull. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was like the wacko Jack, I don't know. If you look at her in the earlier stages when Trump, was president, she was the one rallying for him, going hard in this MAGA movement, yelling at everybody, being rude. I'm not only talking about Jasmine Crockett, being rude to everybody. She was the MAGA girl until they tried to spit her ass out. And look at where you are now, girl. What did Jasmine call you? You Butch Beach Blonde. Marjorie, we have been warning you for this, girl. Okay, I'm going to hush. Let's watch.
That. Think about where we are. It is 2025. We are 10 years into the MAGA revolution. After the third campaign, a year into the second term. And let's look at the ledger. On the side of MAGA, you have Lindsey Graham, Ben Shapiro, Marco Rubio, Randy Fine, Mark Levin. Apparently all of that is MAGA. Together they support war with Iran. Chinese students, H-1B visas, 300,000 deportations all year. And then on the other side, apparently what is not MAGA, what is kicked out of MAGA, wacky, crazy haters, Republican haters, Democrats, third worldists. You got Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones. You got all these people on the other side in favor of America first, mass deportations, no foreign students, no foreign workers, no war with Iran, no war with Russia in Ukraine. What has become of the movement? It's been inverted, and it is now dead. There is a revolution ongoing, which is what, if you watch the show, this is what I've been talking about. There is a silent revolution. You know, the revolution is not televised. It is quietly happening in the hearts and minds of the people across the country. And what is it concerning? It's concerning the influence of American Jews and how they use that influence to get us to support Israel. That's really the primary awakening. That is the subject of the revolution. People are sick of it. People are tired of being finger wagged and told what to do by Ben Shapiro, who clearly has no loyalty to the United States. We don't want to go to war with Iran. We don't want to support Israel's campaign in Gaza. And we're tired of the gaslighting. We're tired of these shadowy political moves, the stuff with Larry Ellison, TikTok, CBS, Barry Weiss. It's insane. Trump runs in a way promising to bring an end to the war in Gaza, and it never ends. We're actually bombing Iran. He's elected on America first. He suspends foreign aid for every country except Israel. Netanyahu is at the White House 4 times, and he wants us to fight Hezbollah and the Houthis and the Shiites in Iraq, and he wants us to enforce the deal in Gaza. And people speak up about it, and they're viciously attacked and lied about by liars. They have disdain for us. They're dripping with it. We can feel it. And they seem to have all the cards. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me it doesn't feel that way. This whole situation that we find ourselves in, it is so contemptible. It is so offensive. It is so unjust. We are fucking fed up with it. We do not want to be bullied by Jews anymore. It's that simple. Trump has condemned Marjorie Taylor Greene and now Thomas Massey. This is what MAGA has become. And who's not MAGA anymore? Tucker Carlson, who says blood guilt is not Christian. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who says, I'm America first. I'm putting my constituents first. Candace Owens, who says, I want to get to the bottom of the death of my friend. And me. And we'll go through the post. Today, Trump posted twice on Truth Social, his first disavowal against Thomas Massey, his second against Marjorie Greene. He writes the following about Thomas Massey, quote, did Thomas Massey, sometimes referred to as Rand Paul Jr. because of the fact that he always votes against the GOP, get married already? Boy, that was quick. No wonder the polls have him at less than an 8% chance of winning the election. Anyway, have a great life, Thomas, and question mark. His wife will soon find out that she's stuck with a loser. Then he writes about Marjorie Greene. This one's a bit longer. He says, I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of, quote, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory on the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes, no men and women's sports or transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, rebuilding our military, being respected by every country in the world, having trillions of dollars invested in the USA, having the hottest country anywhere in the world. And by the way, this part is just delusional. Does anybody feel like we're winning? And how much of this stuff is even a victory? Close the borders? Okay, after you let in 15 million illegal aliens in the past 8 years, oh, now you close the border? Oh, terrific. Stopped 8 wars. Are we counting Thailand and Cambodia? Who gives a fuck? We're at war with Iran. We're at war in Venezuela. We're at war in Ukraine. I think the wars we elected you to end were, the one in Ukraine and the Middle East, not Cambodia and Thailand or India and Pakistan or Congo and Rwanda.
Thank you.
Low taxes for who? Corporations. You kept the taxes low for corporations. Anyway, but this is just like the hollow, delusional narcissism, which is, sadly, it isn't even a character. It's just his personality. This is the preamble to the tweet. He goes on, he writes, all I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor when she was at 12% and didn't have a chance. Unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has told many people that she is upset I don't return her phone calls anymore, but with 219 congressmen, 53 senators, 24 cabinet members, 200 countries, I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia, that they too are fed up with her and her antics, and if the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ, Republican-hating anchors. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. Now, what is this really about?
Can you believe that, Marjorie, you were going up and down for this orange man? You were cussing everybody out, and look at what he calls you, wacky Marjorie. So how long has he been thinking of you like this, Marjorie? And you have been going for this man. Your husband didn't even stop you. And he just cast you to the side like a piece of shit. Just like that, Marjorie. Since you turned on Israel, I knew this would happen to you. How do you feel now? You've been going off the mouth, just going left and right. And it's over. Once this man puts out a tweet about someone, listen, this is only the beginning. Publicly telling you he is not answering your call. Marjorie, huh? And you know that Laura Loomer goes in his ear still. She is basking in joy right now. Girl.
Why is Trump against Thomas Massie and Marjorie Greene? It is literally two things. Two reasons. Why are Thomas Massie and Marjorie Greene out of MAGA? What do they have in common? Why do I say because of the commonality? A lot of Trump defenders, a lot of Republican apparatchiks will say that the reason Trump is condemning Massie is because Massie doesn't vote with Republicans in Congress. Massie has a problem with Trump's agenda as a libertarian. Marjorie Taylor Greene has been one of Trump's strongest allies and a good friend of his since she got into Congress 5 years ago. So you can't say that about Marjorie Greene. You can say that Thomas Massie, and I would even argue there's some credibility to this. I think it's a pretext, but it's sort of a compelling one. You might argue that, well, Thomas Massie hasn't been specifically a great ally to Trump, but that cannot be said about Marjorie Greene. Marjorie Greene has always been a loyal supporter and defender of Trump and his agenda in Congress. So why is Trump condemning her and Massie? Well, there's a common denominator between them both, and it's not that they're against Trump's agenda. It's two things. One, they're both against foreign aid to Israel. Marjorie Greene, like Thomas Massie, has become extremely outspoken against all the U.S. aid to Israel, which, by the way, is what Trump's own doctrine calls for. If Trump says America first, and pursuant to his executive order, the State Department was ordered to review all foreign aid to every country, that review, that executive order, that policy should apply to Israel as well. But it didn't, and it hasn't. So Marjorie Greene and Thomas Massie, they have the America First position. They're against foreign aid to Israel. For that, they become critics of Trump and his agenda, and they're out of MAGA. Reason number two, they both are calling for the release of the Epstein files. Once again, something that Trump himself promised. They promised disclosure on the Epstein files for 6 years. Epstein died under Trump, and ever since Trump left office, Trump and his family and his boosters, all they could talk about was the Epstein files. Epstein didn't kill himself. Clinton was on the island. They promised to release them during the campaign. They went through the motions and tried to trick everybody this February. And now that Marjorie and Thomas Massie actually want the files, that's the other reason they're out of MAGA. Now, what have we learned? In order to be a part of the Trump movement and a part of MAGA, you have to support foreign aid to Israel. You have to be in favor of Trump's cover-up of the Epstein files. That's apparently now what MAGA means. MAGA used to mean three things. It meant no free trade, no foreign wars, no mass migration. That's what MAGA used to mean. And if you weren't on board with those things, you were out. Now, it's a precondition that you're in favor of covering up for an Israeli sex trafficking asset, and you're in favor of sending taxpayer money to Israel while we suspend foreign aid for every other country while we're running a $2 trillion deficit on top of a $38 trillion debt. That's now apparently what MAGA means, according to Trump. And, look, I hate to say it, but I told you so. This is why I jumped off the Trump train last year. And I will say it every single day. I don't care if you're sick of hearing it. I told you so. And I had people last year, friends of mine, tell me, you're being disloyal to Trump. No, you've got it wrong. Trump has been disloyal to us. What more do we owe this person? Seriously. How many of you got fired from your jobs, expelled from your school? How many of you got hit in the face, lost friends because you supported Trump? How many of you went to jail in the Capitol, lost a social media account? How much acrimony, how many problems has the Trump movement created in your life because you supported him?
You just love it, guys. When you hear someone that is aligned, with MAGA, who was aligned with MAGA, just sum it all up. Sum all of it up of what Trump did not do. We don't have to do ish. Just sit, listen, and let them tell it.
And you say that Trump is owed our allegiance? What more do we owe this guy? Serves you right. You trusted Trump. You can't trust Trump. He's not loyal. I said this earlier in the week. Trump is not the be-all, end-all. We supported Trump because of what he represented. We didn't vote for Trump because he was an obnoxious boomer. We voted for Trump because he was going to put America first. He was going to end mass migration, end the foreign wars, end free trade. He was going to end the globalist corruption in the government.
And they really believe that, guys. They really believe that. You can hear what Nick says. Wholeheartedly, they believed that he was the Messiah that would bring an end to all of this. They didn't see anything else. And look at what y'all got.
None of that is happening. We do not have a tariff schedule. There are more wars now than there were at the start of all this. He's in favor of, they want to bring in more legal immigrants than ever. They want to keep the illegals here. They haven't even started on the wall. And now MAGA is about covering up for Epstein and doing Israel's bidding. Marjorie Greene started out MAGA. She was the MAGA congresswoman. She was the most vocal, the most radical. And what happened? Unfortunately, she typecast herself. When Marjorie Greene ran, I think in 2020? She was branded as like a MAGA mom on Facebook who was not polished. She was of the people. And sadly, she was typecast because she's, I'm for Trump. She got typecast as like a dumb hillbilly. That's how the liberal media portrayed her. SNL and the media portrayed her as like a dumb hillbilly Trump supporter. She believes in Jewish space lasers. She's crazy. That was the idea. She's like this wacky, she epitomizes like the crazy Trumpies. That's how the liberal media typecast her. Now, what happened? She lost opportunities. She lost her committee assignments in Congress. Going up against the leadership, she lost her committee assignments. It was her dream to pursue higher office. She wanted to be a senator. She wanted to be the governor. Maybe she wanted a cabinet post. And she realized that she hit a very low ceiling. So what did she do? In 2022, she sold out. Election night 2022, Milo Yiannopoulos, the Jewish pedophile who preys on underage boys and is married to a black man, they're gay, and Marjorie Greene, this was witnessed by a groyper, they literally did a toast. They said, cheers to joining the swamp. Why? Because when Republicans won in 2022, Kevin McCarthy could not get all the Republicans to vote for him to get the speakership, to get the gavel. Marjorie made a deal with Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy is like the biggest whore for lobbyists in the GOP. The only reason he wasn't the speaker in 2015 is because he cheated on his wife, allegedly. So Kevin McCarthy was the only one with a lot of votes. Matt Gaetz, Paul Gosar, others, they were not going to give him the speakership unless he made all these commitments. Marjorie Greene sold out to McCarthy, and she said, look, I will whip the MAGA caucus. I will attack Gaetz. I will vote for you, but you have to give me my committee assignments back. So Marjorie made a deal with the devil, and she made a self-interested, self-conscious political decision to sell out to Kevin McCarthy. She voted for him in I think almost every ballot. She attacked Matt Gaetz viciously. I remember this. She attacked her colleagues that wanted to hold McCarthy's feet to the fire. And then Kevin McCarthy eventually became the Speaker of the House. Kevin McCarthy betrayed the voters. He did not deliver on anything. He made a deal that he would deliver the 35,000 hours of Capitol riot footage. Never happened. He made a deal that he would audit aid to Ukraine. Didn't happen. He said that he would get concessions from Biden in the debt ceiling. Didn't. He gave Biden an extension on the debt ceiling until he left office. And then famously, Kevin McCarthy was overthrown shortly before October 7th by Matt Gaetz because he didn't keep any of his promises. So what happened next in the saga? Well, Marjorie got her committee assignments, but her sugar daddy, Kevin McCarthy, is out of a job. He lost the gavel. In the government shutdown in, I think it was September 2023, he lost the speakership, and then he resigned from Congress, and Mike Johnson came into power. So now Marjorie lost her sugar daddy. Now the deal's no longer good. Well, she still is seeking higher office. She wants to rebrand. She was the MAGA mom hillbilly. She tried to rebrand as a political operator. I did what needed to be done. I made a deal with McCarthy. I got my assignments. I sold out because I'm a boss bitch now. I'm someone you can make a deal with. But her sugar daddy got fired, so the deal backfired. And Marjorie was still looking to be the governor of Georgia or the senator from Georgia. But you know what the party leadership told her? They said,
You see what happens, Marjorie, when you sell out, but you didn't think of a plan B. You should always think of a plan B, girl. Now your sugar daddy was out. Now this whole thing fell apart. Why didn't you think of a plan B? That's why, a lot of liberals say that, some of you MAGA GOPs are not all too bright. But I'm not saying that it's you, Marjorie. I'm sure you are a lot brighter than you look. But you did not think of a plan B, girl. Because the house it's burning down, Marjorie.
Ain't gonna happen. You can never win. Marjorie wanted to run for governor. They said, no, you can't win. You're too crazy. She said, well, I want to run for senator. No, you can't. You're too crazy. Well, I want to be the vice president. No, you can't. That's not helping anybody. So now Marjorie is America first. Oh, great. Welcome, Marge. Welcome to the club. The reason that Marjorie is now on the outside looking in of MAGA is because she is always chasing the ball. I want to be MAGA. No, now I want to sell out. Oh, that didn't work. Now I want to do this. Now, these people are never going to take us to the promised land. Marjorie Greene campaigned for Trump, supported Trump. Now she's on the outs. Now Trump is attacking her. Now Trump is backing a primary candidate. And now she goes, oh, well, it's because of Epstein. It's like, dude, so you were wrong. You've been wrong about everything. You sold out to Kevin McCarthy, and that was a terrible idea. That was super unpopular, and it didn't work. Then you supported Trump. You were complicit in this. You're wrong. Oh, now you're on the right side of history. Oh, okay. Got it.
Let him tell it.
So Marjorie, I don't know what will come of that. I will say this much. She has spoken out against the Israel lobby. You know, I'm glad that she has gotten around to doing that after the whole planet did. I'm glad that, now that the whole world is red-pilled on Israel, I'm glad that she sees that that is advantageous for her, and now she has joined in the chorus. Honestly, I'm grateful for that, honestly, because it's good to have more voices rather than fewer. And it's good to have Congress people saying this. So I'm glad. I don't think it's very courageous, but I'm glad that she's doing it. And insofar as she's doing it, I support that. But what I will say is I don't really respect her as a person. Her whole sordid personal situation, her divorce, her selling out to Kevin McCarthy, the way she treated me.
Sell out, Marjorie.
I don't trust her. I don't think she's that intelligent. I don't really like her. So we got to keep in mind what time it is, who these people are, where they came from, what they did. I support this Marjorie Greene, the Marjorie Greene of 2025. I didn't really like the Marjorie Greene of 23. The Marjorie Greene of 21 was okay. There's a lot of different faces. But insofar as she's criticizing Israel, I guess I support it. You got to be aware of these people. Is she with us, or is she blowing where the wind is going?
So guys, need I say more? I think all was said. Let me know if you like these type of videos, and tell me, what did you think about what Nick said? Let me know in the comments, guys. And I'll see you in the next one, fam. I hope y'all doing great. I'm getting better. I'm pushing out these videos for you, sick or not. Give it up to me. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Peace.